Welcome to an out-of-the-box playthrough video. Today I'm going to be playing through Runtime Z. So Runtime Z is my entry into the 2025 Solitaire print and play game competition on Board Game Geek. It is a game set in after a zombie apocalypse, and you are a survivor trying to get to a safe house. My motivation for building this game was I wanted a game that used the full set of dice. So I use all the dice from D20 all the way down to D4. And I wanted a game that was easy to print and play. So this has 30 cards. That's all you need. This is prototype 3. So I've gone from hand-drawn to printed. All of this file is downloadable. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video. So in this game, you are trying to move to safe houses, and I've got like locations. I've got 6 locations, and each one of those has a starting location for the player, a zombie horde which is chasing you, and a location you need to get to. And so they are of different lengths. And in the full game, the idea is that you shuffle it up and you make your way to 3 safe houses. You get to the 3rd safe house and you are safe. There are a couple of characters. I've built 4 different characters that you can play through. You've got the survivor character that has the standard 50 health and 2 items in their backpack. A sneak, which has 50 health but has a smaller backpack, but they've got a maximum movement because they're going quiet, but they have a permanent weapon, which we'll talk about when we talk about combat. A scavenger has got a bigger backpack, less health, but they get to draw a random weapon. And a scout, which has less health because they're moving quicker. They've got less in their backpack, but they get a +1 on all their movements. So there's a bit of variety in the characters that you can play. And I'm going to talk about the other main cards, the action cards, when we actually play a game. So I'm going to set up for a game. It's probably the easiest way to show you how things work. So the first thing I need to do is pick a character. I'm going to go with the default, which is a survivor. That's just keep life easier. And they start with 50 health, which we use the percentile dice to keep track of health. We need a location. We're going to have to go for pick a random one. Hopefully it's not too long. It's not. That's good. That's a good one. Okay, so I'll put that down there. I'll put my meeple, which is where I start, and we're being chased by a zombie horde. So the way the game works is you draw some cards, you fight some zombies, there's a random event, and then the zombie horde moves. So that's where these cards kick in. So each of these cards has 4 elements. They have a movement, they have a weapon that you can equip, there is a zombie activation side, and then there's a random event. And so we've got things like you can move forward, the zombies run backwards, you find a health kit, maybe you lose some health, you trip over, and there's things like find a safe house or get some health. So we shuffle these up, and they are the gist of the decision space in this game. So we'll have 2 piles. We'll have one pile that we initialize with 3 zombies, 3 cards, and 3 for our event cards. Okay, then we shuffle up the rest, and then we start. So we draw every turn. We draw 3 cards, and we have to make a choice. Do I want it for the movement or a weapon? So I can either choose it for movement, or I can equip a weapon. Then with the other 2 cards, I have to either put it under the event pile or under the zombie pile. And as you can see, they're kind of balanced. So if it's a bad zombie card, it's also a bad run or a bad weapon. If it's a good weapon, it's probably a good zombie. So you've got to make choices of, do I want a weapon, or in the future, do I want an easier time with my zombies? At the end of each turn, the zombie horde is going to move too. So I know that they're going to try and get me. So I pretty much have to move the first turn. Both of these look pretty bad for events. So I'm going to put that one under the event. So they go underneath. So now there's 4 cards in that deck. This one, I'll put it under the zombie because 1 zombie seems like a good idea. And I'll take the 2 movements. I don't want to take the weapon because I have to move. You've got to get some space, otherwise you're going to get run down by the zombie horde, and that's that's a good way to die. So I'll take the 2 move. So I move 2. Discard. Okay. So now we have to encounter whoever's in our space. So we draw a card from the zombie pile, but that's based on these numbers that are around the edge. So you'll see that every location card has a set of numbers for each location. The number behind 2 is the zombie card for this turn. So we take 2 cards down, and this is the zombie card that we're encountering. 2 zombies. Zombies attack with a default d20. We defend, counterattack with a d12. And this is where we choose weapons where we can augment it. So if we had a pistol, we would have also added a d8 into it, so it would have a much better chance. But as it is, it might not go horribly wrong, but we'll see. Okay, 12 and 12, which isn't too bad, but you have to beat the zombies. So that's even. So they're going to do 2 damage because we've been attacked by 2. So that takes us down, that's 20 each, 10 each. So we're down to 30, not the end of the world. Then we have to do an event. Event is looking forward, so it's the number in front of our meeple. So as we move around, there's going to be, we'll slot our cards underneath when we make our decision, but how they pop out is a little bit unpredictable, which is kind of what we want. Oh, okay, this is a really good one. So, and because there's 3 cards there and we put the 4th card under, we'll never draw, and then the numbers are on the outside of 1 to 3, we'll never draw the card that we just put in. So if you want to try counting cards, good luck with that. But it's harder than it sounds. So this is a good one because this is the zombies have stumbled. The zombie horde has actually stumbled back. That's going to be good for the next turn because I'll probably be able to equip a weapon. End of round, the zombie horde moves forward 2. And they move forward 2 every round. So they're slowly chasing us. And that's a turn. Next turn, we draw 3 cards. And have to decide what we're going to do with them. I'm going to make it a bit more interesting. When you pick, you can either pick movement or a weapon. I'm going to pick a weapon. So I'm going to have a d8 because that's going to make combat a little bit better. I'm only on 30 and I don't want to die. Then I have to do something with these. They're both bad for zombies. So either of them are bad, but then so when we can look at the events, this one means I stumble and fall backwards 2, which would be bad. This is I get a health, or I can enter the safe house if I've passed it. So you can only enter the safe house if the event is a safe house event after you've passed it. So you carry on running. It's like you're nearly there, but you haven't found it yet. So we'll put that one under the event because that could be handy, and that's a bad zombie. We'll worry about that when we get there. So that was our choice turn. When I'll do our zombie, and we haven't moved, so it's 2 down. And it is only 1. So I've got a choice now. Do I want to, the weapons have got a durability. You can only use them twice. So you do once, then you rotate it, and then it's gone. If I lose, I'm only going to lose 10 points. So I'm inclined to keep my gun for when I've got a bigger problem. So let's just go for a basic. I might win this anyway. I get a 6. They get a 1. So I win. So that was good. I'm glad I didn't use my pistol. Then we have to do an event, which is again 2. Oh, I lose 2 health. That's really bad. I'm down to 10. I can discard a weapon to defend against a health loss. So that was a very unlucky event. So now I'm on 10 health. Okay, next turn. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to run. Definitely I'm going to run. That one is zombies do nothing. And that one is the zombies move. That one is I get to run a lot. I can live with that. An event where a zombie gets a bit closer, that's fine. No zombies would be very good. Okay, so I'm moving 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at the safe house, but I'm not at the safe house. Once I've hit that distance, I still have to draw a safe house event so that I can actually enter the safe house. So, but that's eligible now, so that's good. So we're picking the zombies, which is behind, so we got 3 cards down. And we get, ooh, four zombies. I'm definitely using my pistol. So I use my pistol. That allows me to add a D8 to my roll. And let's hope we don't die. Oh yeah, 2 versus 14. We fend them off. That was lucky. Okay, now we do our event, which is the one in front, which is a 3. 3. Oh, there we go. So I got the safe house event. If I hadn't been past the safe house, I could have taken the health. But as I am on the safe house, or if I'd gone past, because I hadn't drawn it, I can now enter, and I have completed this section. I probably forgot to move the zombies last turn. So there you go. That was quicker than usual. So the game is about drawing 3 cards and making a decision of, do you want it as a weapon? Do you want to make it move? Some of the movements give you a little bit of movement and a bonus weapon, which will then act like a normal weapon, or you could get a really good weapon like a D10 automatic weapon. And that is Runtime Z. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Download on Board Game Geek.